Yo, what is good, my anime people? It's good, yo. Guys, holy crap. Let's talk about this absolute darkness that we see coming off of our character. Not only do we see who was probably really excuse me, who was really behind all the things that we saw popping off when it comes down to a lot of accusations that are being thrown at our girl. And the messed up part about all this is we've had, uh, I've had this predictions for a while that this dude was pretty much a problem, and it looks like I was right because not only does he show his true colors, he makes it very abundantly clear that ever since that night, I feel that is when it started. I think that's when he truly knew that he was gonna try to pull some crap and really just destroy the friends or people that actually enjoy being around Catalina and push this, notion forward. Unfortunately for him, though, it just goes to show you that he's probably doing this for the wrong reasons. He's seems more or less like he knows the most about the people like that are being helped by her. Just by the way he kind of talks about them in the case of, oh, you think you could just go out here and help all these people who are, all these guys that are suffering, blah blah blah, or that are lonely, and not knowing that she can practically sense the loneliness coming off of him in the same regard. So it kind of gave that notion that not only are you, reaching out almost for some type of help, but you're not getting that help at all because clearly you're doing all this to get, whatever it is you want out of it. Not only did he hurt, uh, I guess you could just say he put her to sleep, I guess. Not only did he put the girl of light to sleep by pretty much using the cheapest trick in the book, um, straight up using something that didn't have anything to do with magic pretty much was the main goal of beating someone with a magic type that is compatible with his own, and by doing so he is now pretty much untested. I don't know how they're going to go out of their way to actually defeat him or to actually be able to get the upper hand on him because of how he's already in position to pretty much not even take like any damage at all, right? Like if anybody can do anything to him, it's more than likely the person he's already taken out. So the person who can do light magic without her, I think it's going to be ridiculously hard to actually do anything to him. And we also don't know where uh, he ended up putting her in the first place. So not only does he go out of his way to do that to her, we don't know what happened to her in general. So I'm really interested to see how this is all going to play out. Like I didn't expect this show to really have much of a like battling styles and stuff like that in it. Ever since like we got to like episode 5 or 6 or so, like I kind of figured it wasn't going to be an action stuff, which was fine by me because I was still entertained by the overall characters and how they uh, react with each other. So that was fine. Um, the problem then lied with why why wasn't magic so important when That's what this whole entire school they're intending is about just like in a magic academy and stuff like that. It didn't seem like it took that much of an importance in the show until now. All of a sudden, we're learning how someone has to acquire dark magic, and the only way to do so is to actually sacrifice one's life to get it. But for our lucky sake, in the case of Maria and her not being gone, is he already had the magic when he attacked her with the darkness. So that in that case, we're safe there. But it's still, the fact of the matter is, how do you defeat dark magic? How do you overcome it, including if you don't even have someone with light magic anymore capable of helping at the moment. So really interested in seeing how they're going to pull this off, how it's going to come to its inevitable end. Not only that, a lot of characters have already kind of chimed in and said the things that they wanted to say about the main girl and just how they felt about these accusations being pointed at her. And let me just say, this is like the worst way ever to be telling people that she isn't in trouble, like, or that she isn't capable of doing the things that she's being accused of. You should probably never accuse people this way. Just a FYI. Saying that she's too stupid, she's not clever enough, she's this and that, when the whole time we know as a fact that she knows everything that could possibly go wrong with her story or the people around her in the case of the Doom Flags, and she's been relatively clever enough to dodge a ridiculous amount of them if they are still the same as she believes them to be. So I don't think you can say she's not clever or intelligent, but as the people who are getting um, roped up in everything and not really understanding why she does certain stuff, it makes more sense why they would think it and not so much the audience knowing what she's actually doing in the long term. So I was right about the student council president. It was clearly him who was stalking and watching and, like trying to separate them and stuff like that. I think he's been up to this for a while now, so we're just finally actually getting to see him in action while he's doing it. And he's like the worst. He's like the worst person at hiding it, right? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, it's me. What was the point of acting like it wasn't you when you're just gonna give away the answers so easily? I don't know, but regardless, it looks like your boy got a sixth sense for danger when it comes down to these characters and calling them out on their troubleness. So I do look forward to seeing what they're gonna do to figure out like how to, get back everybody who's been hit by this darkness. I could have sworn the princess should be our princess. The the main girl should be okay because as Prince uh Jared, or the fiance, says, is the reason why he attached the darkness to the other people instead of just her was the fact that she doesn't have like certain things that the darkness could feed off of to then make it easier for her to be controlled, like envy or jealousy and stuff like that, or hatred, whatever the case is. There's a lot of different things that she actually just doesn't have in her mind, so it would be pretty much impossible to um, do anything about that, right? Like it would be really hard to control someone who doesn't have anything for the darkness to attach to and give her the quote unquote power or courage to go forward and do the things that they see fit. Um, so yeah, I don't know. This episode definitely was weird on the deduction or like just the explanation of why or who was doing it, and then they just kind of just were like, yeah, it's him. There you go. Have fun. We told you. Well, I told you guys it had to have been him. He was the only one that we kind of knew around the story and was ominous, but never really actually did much when it came down to when he was on screen, besides giving them tea, giving them different stuff, helping them study, all that small stuff. And to now see what he has been up to and what he can be up to, the show got a whole lot more interesting with the case of having like actual villains trying to make life hard for our characters. So we'll see how this is all handled. I do hope you guys are having a good day, night, evening, whatever the case is you're watching this. I will definitely talk to you sooner than later. I don't know if I'll drop anything else today, but if I do, I'll talk to you then. But if not, I'll wind up talking to you tomorrow then. So, all that being said, everybody, take care. Peace.